Part 2 of this 3-part series on the Volunteershoek Pass covers the section from the 2.3 kilometer mark to the 6.6 kilometer point. If you intend driving this pass, it's important to watch all 3 videos which contain the Google Earth orientation clips as well as important safety and tourism information. The going remains slow and fairly rocky along this section, and soon the 3rd cattle grid is reached. Although this pass has been filmed from west to east, it can also be driven in the descending mode via the Tiffendal ski resort. For those wanting to drive the pass in this direction, take the Volunteershoek pass from Rhodes up to Tiffendal. Just before the final haul up the mountain to the ski resort, there's a clearly marked fork. Ignore the Tiffendal turnoff and continue westwards past Loch Ness for 8.2 kilometers to arrive at the eastern start and summit point of the pass, adjacent to a small green-roofed cottage. This is definitely a pass that will be driven by a gravel travel enthusiast for many good reasons, and the only other reason, which also happens to be a good one, would be to go skiing at the nearby Tiffendal ski resort. The pass is rough and tough as it goes through some severe hairpins as the road traverses the mountainside in a series of switchbacks, each of them opening up increasingly dramatic views. With an altitude gain of 651 meters, this is one of South Africa's more serious gravel passes. Non-4x4 vehicles should use the Volunteershoek pass to access Tiffendal. At the 3 kilometer mark, at an altitude of 2,300 meters above sea level, a small waterfall makes an appearance at the apex of the 3rd hairpin bend. During the severest part of the winter, this waterfall sometimes is completely frozen. This hairpin is also the tightest of all the hairpins on the pass. With the heading back into the southeast, the road continues to climb relentlessly. At the 3.6 kilometer point, at 2,340 meters altitude, the road swings 90 degrees to the left, marking a permanent change in direction towards the east. It is also at this bend that the gradient starts leveling off considerably and will only be between 1 in 20 and 1 in 30 for the next 6 kilometers. For the next 3.6 kilometers, the road will only ascend 24 meters and basically becomes a contour road. Be aware that there could be livestock on the road at any point, regardless of the weather or the altitude. Although the road surface improves somewhat from this point, the more level contour-style driving is prone to collecting water on many of the corners, which remain on the road surface for extended periods, frequently causing mud. Allow a little more momentum to get your vehicle through these sections. The 5th cattle grid occurs at the 3.8 kilometer mark at 2,372 meters altitude. The road now swings away to the left and follows the 2,400 meter contour line as it follows the curves of the ravines consistently. Here you'll have more time to enjoy the wide mountainscapes, and if you drive this route during December or January, you'll be privileged to see a wide range of alpine flowers. Hidden in the peaceful valleys of the Eastern Cape Drakensberg of South Africa, the remote mountain farms of Wartrail in New England provide the perfect antidote to the stresses of city life. Also known as wild mountain country, the area offers a safe and relaxing escape in a pristine natural environment far away from the madding crowds. Close to the Lesotho border, the mountain scenery in the Wartrail in New England is some of the most spectacular in the region and can be explored via the stunning mountain passes that link Wartrail with the nearby towns of Rhodes, Berkeley East and Lady Grey. The Wartrail and New England areas are steeped in history. The region was originally inhabited by the San, who lived in nomadic hunter-gatherer family groups. Their legacy remains with us today through abundant rock art sites in the district. Much later, 1820 settlers and trekboers moved northwards from the Grahamstown area and created the farming districts of Wartrail in New England. In fact, many of the guest farms in the region are owned by their 3rd and 4th generation descendants, many of whom have fine stories to tell about the days gone by. The region was first surveyed in 1861 by Joseph Orpin, an Irishman whose descendants still live in the area. The names of the farms in the region, including Ben Nevis, Glengyle and Pitlochry, indicate that the area reminded him of the Scottish Highlands. Be sure to watch part 3 and the final video in this series on the Volunteershoek Pass.